So, it's finally come time to finalize the movement. My open world jam entry has been in the works for about 2 weeks now, and it's, as far as I can tell, the halfway point for working on it. This is a bit loud. It's actually gonna get... I'm gonna turn that music down a little bit more. Too much for my gamer brain. Eventually, if I can manage it. If I can negotiate the Windows thing. I'll bring it up a little bit on your end, so it cancels out all my noise. Okay, but it's been 2 weeks. That's what I consider the halfway point. It's technically like, I think the game ends in 3 weeks, but I've decided that today I'm gonna finish the last two, I'm gonna fix the last two, like, noticeable bugs in the movement code, because I've been doing a bunch of work on it, and I can do a bunch more work on it, but honestly, it's probably just, at this point, I might as well just call it good, commit to it, and then build out the rest of the game in these last 3 weeks. So, there's two bugs. One is to prevent sliding. At some point, I had changed the air control so it doesn't slide you, which, well, you already saw the other bug, but so it doesn't push you downward as you move into the wall, but that causes like weird behavior with this. Like, if I jump into a ceiling, I stick to it for a while instead of falling down. So that should be simple enough. Actually, I bet I can fix it right now. Let's see. Also, oh no, that's fine. Okay. So I'm going to fix that by going to the player and having min dot ceiling. And this will be negative 0.7. So this will be the opposite of the dot ground, where this will say, like, if you hit something like this, it's the ceiling. So now let's go to our Excel air. So what you'll notice is in this function, we get our horizontal, like our desired horizontal velocity, and we do all our stuff with it. Then we apply our gravity. Then we have this pre-slide. And so basically, we clamp our existing velocity and our pre-slide velocity. So what I think we need to do is here, we also need to get the slide normal. So it'll be like ceiling normal. So for C. Just to get slide count, I equals C if C dot normal dot Y is less than so basically, if we've hit something and it's pointing more downward than whatever else we hit, or nothing in this case, then we use that as our ceiling normal. And then, if ceiling y min dot ceiling and basically this means if we've hit something that, oh wait, it should be greater than. Basically, if we've hit something and it's not a ceiling, but it pushes us down, we're going to ignore that. Otherwise, it'll just do, oh, the max of them. Less than or equal to 0. I know. I think both of these conditions need to be inside this. So, if all of this stuff, then we do that. So let's see what that looks like in game. It should be that when we can bump... Oh, wait, no. I shouldn't do it here. I should run F6. That's the wrong thing, because now I'm in a gray void. Eventually, I'll figure this out eventually, don't worry. Let's see. Okay. I also need to reduce the crouch time, I think. So if the player... I'll have some sort of min crouch time, maybe. Or crouch jump time. Time, crouch, jump. Post time. Time. I don't want to set it too low because otherwise otherwise if you jump off the ground it could assume that you're still on the ground like 1 frame later. But this should be fine. And then that'll only be for that'll only be for going back on the ground. And best floor dot is greater than min dot ground. I'll do 2 for sliding and grounded. I did that wrong. That should be ground. Excuse me. I keep going in here. It's the wrong place. It's a little janky. Maybe I'll reduce that min jump or min 0.1. I might actually want to keep doing that. Oh well, I can test it in here. I think what I need now is a transition to the ground. I think I'm in the right state. I need to do this. And yeah, our lovely animation tree. It's not much of a tree at this point, because that implies that there's like a thing that you're not in. Wait, can I go from... Huh? How did I not have an animation going from base jump to ground? That's ridiculous. That's completely wrong. How has my game even been functioning? What a fool I've been. Well, let's test this. Oh, I guess I transitioned. I guess it's because I've always been transitioning to fall. Okay. And yeah, now it works like I expect. There's no awkward, like, thing. Let's see what a normal jump does. Maybe a normal jump should also be this. I think the normal jump should have the same logic. So what I'm going to do is go to player. I'm going to change this to time jump min, because it doesn't need to be different for both. I don't know what the difference would even be. for crouch jumping versus regular jumping. So this is only hopefully that throat clearing doesn't come into here too much, or like isn't noticed or isn't too loud, because I always try to get away from the mic. I keep doing that. Hold on. I mean, there's not really any place that's super narrow here. I guess here. It feels about right. That's good enough. Okay. That is officially fixed. That was one of the items. The more complex one. This one's going to be interesting. So there's also this bug. Maybe. Oh, I have to do it here. Where I can hook into and ledge grab onto ceilings. And that was really noticeable when I was doing the yesterday, or when I had max jump height, and I was constantly accidentally grabbing into the ceiling, and I was doing that especially in playtesting. So what I'm gonna do what's called a Chad move. Let's see. I need to go to C, Tools, Godot. You may have noticed that my Godot has a custom splash screen. That's because I'd been making modifications for a game called Kitty Gets a Burger. That's why it's called Kitty's Engine in mine. Though, admittedly, I'm probably going to like completely rework this in Godot 4, and it probably won't even like modify the engine, though I might. But, well, I mean, honestly, I might, because I'm very opinionated, but let's see our status. We're on our Kitty branch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just alter the physics. So, if you want to do this, if you want to follow along at home, you can go to the scene folder. This is where all of the nodes live. So like, or most of the stuff that's like in the editor is going to be in the scene folder. Like all your nodes are in here, all your resources are in here, or most of them, I think, like animations and shapes and stuff like that. I don't know what's up with my throat today. But yeah, I'm in raycast.c++, and I'm in the update raycast state. So we need to change intersect ray. And we need to change it for the physics space. So I've already got that up here. Is this the right one? This is shape. It's somewhere in here, I swear. At some point it was. So we don't need to do too much. I'll explain in a bit more detail what's actually happening first. So the objects are triangles. So like all the objects are triangles and they have a direction. But in the collision, I have a triangle going this way, and I have a player grabbing with their hands like this, which sends rays downward. I'll use a different color for convenience. Then it'll be perfectly obvious. And it should be saying that the normal is this way, because I have some code to check if it's facing up. But currently, I think it does some sort of correction to always tell you like what way the like a positive direction for this, but I want it to show this direction because I don't want the player to ledge grab here. But I would want the player to ledge grab if it was like this. So if it was on the outside, and then the player could ledge grab right here. So it'd be very difficult to tell these two scenarios apart if they have the same normals. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find where it's set here, because I know that this information is somewhere, and if it's not, I can just derive it again, because it's getting the normal for a triangle face. You just have to take two of the vectors in a specific order and then cross product them. So it'd be like A, B. Your normal would be, I think it'd be technically like A, X, B, divided by length of AXB. Like that'd be the proper like mathematical notation for it. But whatever, we'll cross that bridge when we burn it. Basically, I just want to make it not do the wrong thing. I think it does that because it's a very general purpose engine, and I think they don't want people to like make geometry that's like all backwards and mangled and then not have physics work, but I want the physics to not work in that way, or not normally if you're getting the underside or inside of a mesh. And I think that's in shapes, and so the polygon shapes, they get faces, because basically, as far as I see it, the polygon collider is just a list of face colliders, or at least the concave shape collider, because that's just the simplest way to implement it for like arbitrary polygons, because you can have concave ones, which, but that's out of here. So when we do an intersect ray, I swear I had this somewhere. Oh well, I'll just bring it up again. So I pressed F12 to bring up like the search space in Sublime, which isn't great, but it's okay. So I'm gonna go to the physics server, or physics direct space state. This is what actually like does the physics stuff. And then for every shape that it hits or could potentially hit, I believe it calls this intersect segment. Yeah, so. And then we specifically are dealing with the triangle space shape, because it only applies to concave meshes. And that would just call intersect segment. So if we go to the concave polygon shape intersect segment, for each face, I believe it just calls that. Maybe. Let's use my full brain here and try and understand what it's saying. Maybe it's in cull segment? Ah, okay. So I'm almost there. I'm having a brain blast. I'm at Jimmy Neutron trying to figure this out. Segment intersects triangle. From to. Segment triangle intersection is broken. Well, that's exciting. So what does this do? If BVH left is greater than or equal to 0. So it's this segment intersects triangle. Real D. What is D here? Alright, so this seems to be our important thing. Find coordinate geometry. From to, and then the points, and then our result. Oh, okay, that's just the point. So that shouldn't tell us the normal. This doesn't tell us the normal. This just tells us the point at which it collides. This tells us the normal, but why then? But if it's always the same order, it should tell us, like that just tells us the normal of the face, shouldn't it? It shouldn't be flipped there. So when that call segment is called, what happens with this then? Is it here? Maybe it's wherever it's called elsewhere. So if we go up to space SW, so if shape intersects segment, form, normal. So maybe it's this. Okay, so it's this normal. Wait, what is this normal? Okay, so it's that. So I think this is what we need to change. LD. Mindy. Who is Mindy? One E10. So what does that mean? What does this mean? What does this mean, Mindy? Like, what on earth does it mean for the dot product of two normal vectors to be 10 to the power of 10? Oh, okay, I get it. It's sorting the vectors by like the minimum amount. Okay. So that's just like the arbitrarily large value. All right, Mindy, you can go now. So basically, I think the vector should be negative, shouldn't it? Is shape normal set by something? When is that set? So that's like an input, I think. I hate how C++ works with its like reference types. Cuz it's like I can't tell like when it at the call site when something is being passed by reference. At least with pointers you do know. Shape SW intersect segment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really like get my brain into this. Because I need to know when R normal is set. Okay. And that does the same thing where it's sorting the, yeah. Could I just do like... No, that wouldn't work. Or would it? No. Can that... I don't think that should even be positive, actually. Like... Because if it's positive... So, like, if this is the direction that the wall is pointing... If you hit a ray against it, these should be less than 0, actually. So, like, so if D is the dot product, that should be less than 0. Because if it's greater than 0, I need more space. How do I do that? Help me. I think this is going to be like... I think it's just going to be like transparent. Yuck. Okay. This is some exquisite development. Okay, but whatever. So let's say I got my stuff. So if we're going this way, and then we hit it from this side, so if we're hitting the face from the back, then D would be greater than 0, is what I went through all that effort to say. So I think we could actually if D is less than min, we could just set this to 0. I'm just gonna try that. Let's see. Build scones. And I'm gonna check my server. Alright, broadcasting just fine. I do like the, this is probably the only C++ project that I've ever used that is not like pulling teeth to build. Like, it's actually pretty convenient. What is it? Target? Yeah, target equals release debug. 6. I don't want to do too many threads because I'm running OBS. I don't want it to like kill the service or anything. And they shouldn't do too much, hopefully, because I didn't change much. And this may destroy the entire thing. Like it may well, I'm not even using raycasts for anything else. I'm only using it for the ledge grabbing. So at most it should only break the ledge grabbing. I mean, unless it's using the, I guess it could be using it also for selecting, but if you're selecting from the inside of a mesh, you probably don't care, or it wouldn't be that bad. Let's make sure. I don't know how to tell if I've got the right version, or that I'm building the right thing. But it should be bin Godot windows ops tools.exe. And I don't know if, I don't care. Let's check. I'll go back to our little test world. That didn't work. We can still ledge grab just fine. I'm gonna make sure that it's nothing that I'm doing. Let's see. I wonder if, what happens if I just return false here? I'm going to see what that does first, because I might be even in the wrong place. So yeah. What this should do is make it so that I can't ledge grab at all. I may make a little, oh wait, no. Oh, okay. Because I'm running it, I can't build it at the same time. You know, because this isn't going to be Kitty's engine any longer, since the game that I was working on starring Kitty is going to be like completely reworked. I should make this Jackie's engine. I should change the little title card. But there's like 6 identical images that are all the splash screen for Godot, and I don't know which one to edit. Like, I had to edit all 6 of them last time to actually get anything to happen, so I'll have to do that again, I think. Alright, let's see how this goes. I should make a better, I should have some sort of, marker. At least it's quick to start and quick to build. Alright, first check. Should not be able to ledge grab at all. I can ledge grab. I think I'm doing it in the wrong place then. I should actually like debug then. But that's... First I'm going to undo the mess that I made. I know there's also shape sat or something like that. Somewhere in here. So yeah, the actual physics are in servers / physics / all this stuff. I don't know where it'd be. So yeah, that's basically my lead gone. Where else could raycast be? So it's in the update physics whatever. Update raycast state. Okay. Get direct space state. How many of these are there? Am I using bullet? I might be using bullet. But I think it switched to... physics. I mean, I don't even need to change any of this. Why is the normal that I'm getting from it... Why does it say that it's vertical if it's not vertical? Like, if it's giving me the face normal... Physics engine default. I'll do Godot physics. Or let's... I don't know which is which. I mean, okay, so here... Can I think I can just do it in here, maybe? Okay, maybe I was in bullet physics, but I'm gonna use Godot physics because I'm already changing that. So that's good. I didn't know what the I thought it was the Godot physics by default, but let's undo, re-undo, undo, whatever. Where's... I should close all of these. Why do I have so many of these open? Alright. Let's try my fix again, now that I think it's working. I might have just been bad at ledge grabbing there, so hopefully I wasn't, and this actually works. I'm gonna raise that because my fan's really taking off like a jet engine. I hope this works. It'd be cool. I've only been making tiny modifications to the engine, but it's always cool when they actually work. Like one that I might actually wind up using for this project was being able to play animations backwards using the speed modifier. And I think, let's see, F6. So I should be able to ledge grab. Maybe. Okay, so I can ledge grab on flat surfaces. Now the moment of truth. Poggers, can we get Pogs in the chat? Pogs in the chat. Poggers moment. I fixed the collision by modifying the engine to not to do what I wanted to do. Let's make sure that it works on slopes though. It does. All right, this is a gamer moment. This is a gamer moment here. You know, now it does something different for other people, but I'm not making a general purpose engine. I'm making Jackie gets the whatever she's getting. I actually don't know. Well, I do know what she's doing. She's not really getting anything. She's like communing with, well, okay, the story's gonna be pretty epic, and this is pretty epic too. This is a pretty epic thing. So yeah, I'm a gamer god. You know what? I'm gonna quit until 5:30 because I'm so satisfied that I'm gonna take a nap. I used so much of my brain there. So yeah, tune in then for more gamer god action. Bye.